good afternoon, folks. Well, I'm not in the van today. My van's off the road, so I'm here in my home. Oh dear, oh dear. I have to share this with you. Now, I uploaded a video on TikTok on Tuesday, I think it was, and I was talking about the irony with the comments of President Putin. And he said that he's saving Ukraine from neo-Nazis. And the irony I find with that is, right, I said in that video, what do many, not all, many people of that region, Ukraine, Poland, East Europe, what do they have in common with a neo-Nazi? And the answer is, they do not like people of color. They are racist towards black people, South Asians, and Arabs. Right. So a neo-Nazi are anti-non-white, and the irony is, many Russians, many Ukrainians, and many people from that side of the world are anti-non-white. Okay. Right, and I found that ironic that President Putin is saving them from Nazis, as he said. Anyway, the response I got to my TikTok video, I found that quite amusing. One guy, he's saying he talked about the immigration policies of the surrounding countries, and he said one thing he would disagree with me on is the word many, because I do not have the stats for that. So I responded to him. I said, well, yes, you're correct. I do not have the official stats for my claim of many with a Nazi or racist mindset. Okay. However, I do have access to footage of football fans from the surrounding areas making monkey chants towards black football players. And we all agree, out of thousands of football fans, there was many of them making the chants, because you could hear it and you could see it. So whether it was the majority of them, I don't know, but it was definitely many of them, and that was just one football stadium on that occasion, let alone how many other people would share that same point of view. So I think I'm standing on quite thick ice when I say many, even though I don't have the stats. But just looking at the football fans' reaction is a reflection of what's kind of going on in their own country. So I think I'm quite safe to say many. Then another guy, he said, oh, this one was quite unbelievable. He said, Nazis are not racist, they're nationalists. They're just against any people who are not from their country. So I responded to him, look, I said to him, look, I don't know how old you are. I do not know what part of the world you're from. But in my lived experience, growing up in the 70s in the UK and being a young man in the 80s, my lived experience with skinheads, at the time they were just called skinheads. There was a political party at the time in the 70s called National Front. So a lot of the skinheads were members of the NF, National Front. And later on, they became known as neo-Nazi skinheads. But let's run with the term neo-Nazi. So even though they weren't called neo-Nazi skinheads in the 70s and the 80s, but that's what they were. Because they used to, when they would call us niggers and we'd have fights with them, one thing they always did, one of their trademark was this: the Heil Hitler. They were proud of that. They're proud of that Hitler salute. So they, who the cat fits wears it. So they're neo-Nazi. They were into Nazis, and it, like I said, when they see us, if they're on a coach or something and they couldn't get to us, they do that. That was their trademark, right? So they're the ones calling us niggers. They were the ones attacking us in the streets. They had a term called Paki bashing. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that term, Paki bashing, what it meant is one of their pastimes was looking for people of South Asian origins, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and attacking them. It was termed Paki bashing. And this was the neo-Nazi skinheads. And then later on, there was documentaries in the 90s about the neo-Nazi movement in Germany. And they made it very clear what their rhetoric was regards to non-white people, Arabs, blacks, and South Asians, right? So to then tell me that Nazis are not racist, right? It's like peeing on my head and then telling me it's raining. As my daughter in America would say, are you kidding me? Not racist? Are you kidding me? So I mean, like, yeah, he responded with he's 58. I mean, likewise, but it's the same age as me. He's 58 and he's British, and he said real Nazis are not racist. And I thought, well, hold a minute. Wasn't Hitler a real Nazi, according to my knowledge of history, or did I get that wrong? Wasn't Hitler in the 1936 Olympics that refused to put the medal on Jesse Owen because of the colour of his skin? Or have I got that one wrong? Did I not learn? Is that what's the word? What's the Donald Trump's fake news? Was that fake news? Was that fake news? Am I a victim of some conspiracy? Was that fake news? Did that really happen? Did Jesse Owen really win medals in the 1936 Berlin Olympics and Hitler refused to put a medal on him? Was that fake news I was taught there? Or did that really actually happen? You tell me, right? Sorry, it's my other phone going off. So I just find it I kind of find it quite funny to tell me that a real Nazi is not racist. Now, I reserve the right to be wrong, but I doubt it very much. But if anybody's got footage of a real Nazi not being racist, please provide the link so we could all see for ourselves, and then I will stand corrected. But the Nazis that I have experience with as a young man growing up in the UK, and what I've seen out there in Europe, are big time racists. They love the I don't know what you call that. That's the salute, right? And from what I've seen of the footage of the border of Ukraine and Poland and so forth, blacks or non-whites are being grossly discriminated against, and it's blatant racism. Now, I'm not saying this applies to all Ukrainians. I'm not saying this applies to all Polish. Far from it, because I visited Poland 3 times as a visitor. I work as a pro dancer on the side, and all 3 times I've had the most warmest welcome anywhere I've been. And I've been to a lot of places. I've been to America a few times. I've been to the Caribbean a few times. I've been to various parts of Europe, Canary Islands. And definitely when it comes to the women, the response from the women in Poland compared to the response from the women in my parents' island of Grenada, night and day. Poland, 100% positive. Grenada, 70% negative. So Dr. Umar Johnson, Mr. Pro-Black, if you're watching this, well, have a load of that information, because you pro-blacks are terrified to talk about this sort of thing, about certain black guys get a shitty response from women of their own colour. Not all women of their own colour, but there is a section of women of their own colour that treats them worse than everybody else. And you guys are chicken shit to acknowledge that and talk about that. That's why I have no respect for you, and I have no respect for a lot of the women who, 1, don't want to acknowledge this, 2, try to downplay it. As again, don't piss on my head and tell me it's raining. Don't downplay my experience. So but anyway, I'm drifting off to another subject. So let's park that and carry on the subject what we're talking about now. Now, something I found out about Putin, which I never knew. I never knew this. Now, I hope this isn't fake. What photograph I was shown. Apparently, Putin in his younger days, he was helping black fighters, freedom fighters, I think in Zimbabwe or something like that, he was fighting alongside for their liberation or something like that. Now that I didn't know. That I did not know that. Now, if that is true, I mean, I have no way of confirming whether that's true or not. I mean, because I was sent a photograph of it, so I can't confirm whether that is true, because you know these days a lot of things can be doctored. You know, so so I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, but I'm leaving an open mind to whether that's true or not. But I'm more leaning. I'm giving it the benefit of doubt for now until I'm proven otherwise. So let's just say he was with the African soldiers when in his younger days until proven otherwise. So I reserve the right to be wrong on that. But if I'm correct, I was never taught that. I didn't know that. So there you go. So when I was talking about the irony with President Putin, I wasn't actually aiming anything at Putin directly, but I was aiming about the irony in his words. But still, my point still stands, right? That he's saving Ukraine from neo-Nazis, but judging by the football fans from the neighbouring countries, many of them share the same mindset as neo-Nazis, and I find that damn funny. There you go. So what can I say? Right, folks, well, thank you very much for taking the time out to watch my video, and I don't take your time for granted. And well, I'll see you on the next video, okay? Excuse my hand reaching over to switch this phone off. I know it's unprofessional, but what can I say? Thank you very much. Okay, bye.